Welcome everybody to the Windy City Savage back at it. We are live at you. But you already know what time is it, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, co-host.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, the pointy man, SG3. How y'all doing tonight?
And with that, let's get into the news. Alrighty. Tonight, we have crowned a new WWE champion.
Oh,
And that is Cody Raheem Hogan. I mean Rhodes. So look, man, all right, so we saw this coming. It was already set in stone. Obviously, WrestleMania in general is not selling well. And we already know this. Ticket prices are plummeting. Actually, believe it or not, they're not selling well. As well as pricing are going down because I checked it not too long ago and it is going down. So overall, the status of Mania, they're trying to sell tickets. They're trying to sell us basically, I guess, the aura of Randy versus Cody. Earlier during the day, it got leaked out by Triple H himself, an image of Orton versus Randy at WrestleMania 42.
yeah, but it was too late because people took so many screenshots of that.
I think that was done on purpose. The reason why I feel like they wanted you to tune in on SmackDown tonight and see it for yourself. It was like that Mick Foley and WCW Mick Foley where WCW leaked out the info that Foley was going to be champion and that was going to put butts in seats. They're trying to replicate that type of situation tonight. We'll see. If the numbers did well, then maybe it did, but I don't know. But regardless, yes, he's a champion. We knew this was going to be this direction. I don't think it's going to be a triple threat match. I also don't think that Drew McIntyre is going to be involved. I don't think Fatu is going to be involved, and I don't think Sami Zayn is going to be involved. So I think it's just those two men. Because during the end of the match, if you saw the graphics, it was just them two. Yeah. Once that graphic set in stone, that's it. I'm 50-50. Like, part of me gets it. Part of me could understand that if this is done well, and good part is that these two guys are full timers. So if this is done well with good storyline, this could be an interesting match. The other half is not happy because obviously Drew McIntyre lost. Drew McIntyre didn't have a long title reign. Drew McIntyre doesn't once again go into WrestleMania as a champion. So he misses out again on his moment. So overall, I don't know, man. I'm very conflicted, very predictable. It's just like we're gonna depend on these type of superstars to keep repeating the pattern. Either we rely on the same guys or the same old legends to keep coming back and forth. I get it; they're big stars, but how much time do we have left to these guys to still compete at a high level? On top of that, you're not building the next generation. And Drew McIntyre, if built correctly, could have been one of the top heel champions of this year. But it just shows you the type of fate and direction that they don't have in them. So I don't know, man. I'm 50-50. Like I said, if this is done right, these two guys have history. They go way back, and Orton took him under his wing. There's a story in itself that could be told, really good story. But obviously, you only have like 6 weeks away. So they really got to pull some stuff off his ass. One of them has to turn heel. It's most likely going to be Orton. I highly doubt they're going to turn Cody here. So honestly, I think it's going to be Orton. And they're going to have to bring out the Viper. They're going to bring out the, that old heel Orton that I'm willing to punt kick you. I'm willing to punt kick your wife. Could be Brandy Rhodes coming in, even for a, cameo. Get punt kicked, and that's what really sets off the match between these guys. Like I said, I'm 50. I am still a little bitter that Drew McIntyre did lose the title. I just don't think he's ever going to get a proper run, unfortunately. But I don't know. What do you think, SG3?
Here's my thought to it. I'm not a fan of it. I was talking to my girl. I'm not a fan of it at all because regardless of how you try to spin it, And we talked about this on Monday. Regardless of how you try to spin it, regardless of how you try to put it, regardless of how you try to make it sound, it's the same bullshit. It is, we have history. Okay, fine. Congratulations. So does CM Punk and Roman Reigns. What's the difference? One was a tag team, the other one wasn't. Like, that's the one thing. That's the one thing I don't like about it. That's one. Two, though, here's a statistic. I don't know if it's real. That's what I saw. I don't know if it's real, but I'm going to quote it. So you guys can fact check me. Go ahead. Y'all welcome. I did see the fact that because Drew McIntyre was champion, viewership has gone up and ticket sales have been going up because Drew as champion was putting butts in the seats. Now Cody. Cody is my guy. I like Cody. I like his wrestling style. It's actually fun to watch. You know, you see him get beat up the whole time and then kind of move forward. And he's not like a super Cena, super champion, whatever. He's a modern guy. I like it.
I don't know, man. I have mixed opinions. I like Cody's wrestling.
I like the wrestling. Like I said,
I
like
just
the
enjoy Cena's overall ring chemistry better. But that's a different story.
But for me though, I just didn't like the fact that I'm like, you guys see the fact that Drew as champion is doing good for business. And right now with him as champion, it still is good for business.
Right.
Keep the strap on him and keep him moving forward. Keep him actually showing himself as champion.
Okay.
And you're going to keep getting what you want. You want butts and seats? Keep Drew. This way could have been built in so many more ways than just the one. And just the, we have Drew versus Cody, and then Drew wins. It's like you could have gone a whole promo against Randy. Oh, dude, your protege sucks. So what does that tell you about as a teacher?
Right.
You could have gone off of that one. You could have added some history there. Screw it. They don't have any history like that. But you could have added. You could have insulted Randy's legacy. You could say. Because like your legacy was supposed to be Cody Rhodes. Look at him. I just beat him. I just annihilated him. And I squashed him. So what does that say about you? So like you could have done that. And at this point, you could have kept Orton in his face, and there would have had to be a forced heel turn. Let that come naturally. Let that come with the shock. Now it's like we're expecting the heel turn. We're expecting when he's gonna go bad.
Yeah, it's like there's no more shock factor. There is, but it's just not well built. That's the issue, is that there's no storyline, there's no well build. It's just all lackluster, stale. It's completely stale. It's not going to go anywhere. And at this point, I'm kind of sick and tired of it. This is the reason why Mania is not selling well. It's not going to sell out more. I highly doubt they're going to make 45 before Mania. They'll get lucky to get 45,000 tickets by the time Mania rolls over. By this time around, though, we're already at 45.
They were past 45 around this time. They're almost sold out.
So there's also another rumor, and that is this. There's been a couple of sites that have reported, nothing's confirmed though. So keep that in mind. And honestly, I don't know if this is, I highly doubt this is true. They say that Mania card each night is going to be stacked between 12 to 16 matches. I think it's a ridiculous high number.
Holy hell.
That is a high number. And the reason why they think this, and they're saying this, is because the start time is 2:30 and they want this to continue on till 10. Obviously.
What the fuck?
But I highly doubt it, because I don't think they have enough story to get invested. They have a lot of wrestlers. That's also one of the things that people think that might just happen, because they have too much wrestlers that are not going to be able to fight by the time Mania comes. This Mania usually has like about 6-7 matches if we're lucky. We have a little bit more. But regardless, that's the rumor. I don't believe it's going to be that much. I think that's too much, even for a pre-show, which we don't have. I think we haven't had a pre-show in Mania for quite a while. So regardless, I think it's usually the kickoff. But regardless, it's just not going to happen. I highly doubt it. And then if it does, that's just over too much, and it's just going to feel like a random.
Hold on. Sorry, let me get this straight. 2:00 Vegas time.
Yeah.
Which would be 4:00 Chicago time. Where we are. So now you're looking at, if they want to do 10, so you're talking from 4 to midnight? Oh, fuck this.
But that's the rumor. That's not confirmed. I don't think it's true, though.
I actually know that they wanted six matches for women in total on both cards.
That I could see. But at the same time, what 6 matches? So far, we got Jade and Rhea. We got
Stephanie.
which I'm not very invested on. I guess the Kabuki Warriors and maybe Io Sky, maybe
Three,
AJ Lee and Becky.
four.
So that's four. What else? What else am I looking at here? That's the issue. What Charlotte and Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jack and Lash Legends for the titles?
5.
That's it. That's all I got. So you got one more card, and
No, but they're saying 6 per night.
yeah, I highly doubt it. I think that's also a rumor. So I doubt that's gonna happen. There's just not that much storyline investment in there. I just don't see it. Look, it could be good matches, but as far as storyline, you need that there.
Yeah.
WWE's always been the pride of good storylines.
They don't have.
They always talk about this, and right now they're lacking of it. So you're basically gonna sell me WrestleMania without storyline. You want us to pay this ridiculous high price tickets now more than ever, and yet you don't supply the one thing you're good at. No more. And if you do, it's lackluster. It's like TikTok, basically. It's like, come see me now, what's trending, and next week we'll completely destroy the storyline again. Or we don't continue it. You know what I mean? Or we don't go to the right direction. We just keep repeating the same old, same old. I don't know, man. I'm just not invested right now in any of this. So SmackDown overall tonight was a little bit better than last week. I'll give it a 7. And that is because, we all heard the rumors. I mean, not the rumors, the confirmation that Road Dogg is resigned. So Jesse James, BG James, whatever he goes by, resigned the other day, and he's out of the SmackDown creative team. He's out of the creative team in general, but he was mostly in SmackDown. And honestly, I think this is a good move, just because I feel like this guy. Look, I like Road Dogg. We all like him, as a person, as a legend. But look, man, that stuff doesn't equivalent all the time to creative. Some people have it and some people don't.
Yeah.
I just don't think this guy had it. And it showed. SmackDown was complete shit. You seen on Real, and you seen the whole clip where he calls out, he gets called out by Triple H himself for the whole Chelsea Green pitch idea where he wanted Chelsea Green to win the title back once again. Look, as a fan, I said yes, because that's actually a good idea. The issue was the man just said it and had no follow. And that's when he got the whole Triple H like, okay, and then what? and he's like, well, who's she gonna face? Like she already faced everybody that she beats, that she could beat. Because obviously they only see Chelsea Green as a certain level superstars.
Yeah.
And then what? And then you see Road Dogg says, well, you got me. I don't know. I feel like that with the criticism eventually got to him. I also do think too, he was probably getting, I feel like you're probably getting a little bit pushed out the door. I don't think this is just out of nowhere. Let me give up my whole big contract and just get the hell out of here. I feel like he was getting pushed out the door, maybe. But that's just me. I feel like there was probably some influence, like, yeah, bro, you suck. You got to get out of here. But they don't want no negativity, so maybe they gave him a little what do you call
Service
that?
package.
Service package. Yeah, he gets paid pretty well. Hey, never know. We might see the Road Dogg in AEW next. I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, Billy Gunn's over there. Your other friend. You could get a creative spot over there because they fucking need it.
Yeah.
I mean, look, right now, I like AEW and what they're doing, but yet they still lack in creative. But I guess also the Road Dogg's not the guy. I feel like he's just one of those comedy spots that I would love to see him do with Billy Gunn out there. It doesn't have to be the New Age Outlaws. It could be just something different in general. But look, we're going off left field there. But regardless, he's out. SmackDown was a lot better. I gave it overall 7 tonight. Not gonna say it was a hell of a lot better. Not gonna say it was Raw the other day, but it was a lot better overall. Okay. So those are some rumors. Directions that it's gonna go to. So far, we got Roman and Punk, obviously, Cody versus Randy Orton, Rhea versus Jade, Stephanie Vaquer, and Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair against Nia Jax and Lash Legends. That's like the road that looks like it's gonna head to. As well as there was another one we were just talking about.
Becky versus AJ.
Becky versus AJ, which I'm not really looking forward to, unfortunately. What's another one? It looks like we're gonna get maybe Dragon Lee and Gunther because there's not that much for Gunther to do. We're gonna get Brock versus LA Knight. I really think that's gonna be it. I'm 100% sure that that's the direction it looks like since LA Knight was the guy who drove Paul Heyman to the hospital.
Yeah.
There's your opening right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Obafemi, he's just gonna go in and squash someone, which is like it's cool, but you're not building his storyline up either. You know, it's just I like what he's doing. Okay, so here's an interesting spot today, and let's just talk about this. Tonight, Johnny Wrestling came out. They're Johnny Wrestling, not Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling woke up finally from his coma, his wrestling coma. He woke up, he got hyped. He says, you know what? I know what I got to do. I'm going inside the ring. He went inside the ring, and Johnny Wrestling came out and had an open challenge out there. The one that accepted was Obafemi. And the man came in, the man squashed Johnny Wrestling in 2 minutes, and that's it. So here's the thing that I'm kind of interested to see here because there's been rumors. And if some of you that watch AEW follow AEW Dynamite, there was a segment where Rene Dupree was interviewing, Johnny Gargano's partner,
Tommaso Ciampa.
Exactly, she was interviewing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess who comes out? FTR.
Oh,
FTR came out. It looks like we're gonna have a confrontation because these men have history since the NXT days. Alrighty, and at that point, I'm thinking, oh shit. But they wanted to say hi to Ciampa and hug him out and stuff. But Ciampa wasn't having it. They even invited him to their stable, but it wasn't having it. Pushed him away, talked a lot of smack back and forth. So it looks like we have a feud going on between Ciampa and FTR. Right now, Ciampa's solo. But there's been a couple of rumors that Johnny Gargano might be either on his way to NXT or on his way out.
Ooh.
We do know he wants a creative spot eventually, like be one of the creators. And it could be from like creative team, obviously, into the NXT spot. But his future is still kind of up in the air. What if he ends up leaving and joining AEW in about a week or two?
I can see that happening though.
What if he gets released on that whole WrestleMania release fest that they do? Yep. It could be any day nowadays. Sometimes they stall because they know the stigma that they get all the time. So I expect it like a week later this year. So a week later after Mania. That way they could throw the fumes down a little bit. So when no one noticed, here you go. But we all notice. So it'll be interesting to see if he joins ship from the other side, or maybe he just gets shipped off in NXT. I don't think he's going to be there too long though on the main TV. He's just not the same guy.
Nah.
And it's not his fault. It's just the way WWE looks at him now, but it is what it is. But like I was saying, man, it's just, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. What are you looking forward for WrestleMania? Let's just be positive. What are you looking forward to this year Mania? Let's get on a positive note out there. Give me one good thing. Like, be legit. Like, be like.
Can I just criticize one thing before we go into positivity? I'm the king. I'm all for positive energy and everything. I'll tell you what this WrestleMania was missing. These 4 PLE cards. These 4-match PLE cards. Here's why. Look at all the PLEs we've had for the last year leading up to WrestleMania. It's been the same people.
Mm-hmm.
You need minimum, if you want to build a WrestleMania, you need minimum 6 to 7 matches. We discussed this multiple times.
I say 8. I won't tell you why.
Because, you need the one.
Well, no. It's your biggest show of the year.
No. I'm saying the PLEs leading to. I'm not saying WrestleMania itself. I'm saying the PLEs leading to WrestleMania.
So, I say all year long then if you're going that route.
I was going to say 6 or 7 matches the whole time leading up to it. And then WrestleMania, of course, it's going to be a fatigue one because it's your big dog. So you want it to go longer. You want it to have 8, 9 matches. You want it to have like that bigger number. But it's like you can't sit here and expect us to be invested when we have nothing to be invested on. That's my complaint about it, dude. And you know what? And again, I'm not advocating for him to come back, but that's what Vince did right. Vince knew how to start getting everyone piece by piece around the time for WrestleMania to start getting the matches in place. And that's what's been missing for the last 2 years. If you think about it, dude, a lot of these matches that have been put together in the last 2 years, it's just been like, how did they come together? By the way, I've been hearing a rumor, the fact that you fact check me on this, the fact the reason why Drew dropped the title tonight is because he's going to go off pretty soon to film the movie Highlander.
But that's after Mania. He could have still walked into
WrestleMania
as a champion. So that is true. But at the same time, he could have still walked into the biggest stage of it all and then lose it, disappear. Like that would make more sense. Like Roman did. Yeah, and then eventually go film his movie, which I get, but it's just, I'd rather see him go in there with the title itself that he earned. That fans have been waiting for him to see hold for quite a while. I mean, he has the look, he has the appearance, he has the great mic skills, and great at social media. This is a great heel, once in a lifetime type of heel. A guy could hold his own against any wrestler, any era, I feel like. But yet WWE just doesn't have that security in Drew McIntyre. If you're not Cody Rhodes, if you're not a Roman Reigns, a CM Punk,
or Randy Orton.
Randy's been a little. I'm surprised he's finally getting pushed to the title scene again. But it's just like, if you're not one of those guys, you don't have that type of aura, unfortunately. And it sucks. It really does. Positivity side. I am excited for Punk and Roman and seeing how that goes in the following weeks. But I don't think Roman's going to be there every week. And that's just going to basically stunt the growth. And then even if he wins the title at Mania, like they're saying he is, I don't want to see it.
No.
It doesn't make sense. Part-timer goes off with his belt. CM Punk's every week. He's there. He's going to be there. And now he's titleless. Now you have no champion on Raw.
Again.
How is that going to sell more tickets? And another thing. One of the reasons why WrestleMania is suffering too, you don't have that special attraction no more. You don't have John Cena, and not even his retirement tour in general. You don't have that big superstars. A couple of years back, it was Taker with the Streak. That was a attraction of its own. Like, yeah, Mania cards. Let's be real. Mania cards under Vince did suck. All right, not all of them were bangers.
I'm not saying they were, but
yeah, but they all sometimes suck. But you always had the streak to look forward to. You're like, all right, let's see who Undertaker's face. You always had the drama, the what ifs, the excitement, but you always had Taker as the attraction of WrestleMania.
Yeah,
we don't have that anymore. We just don't have those special key players. And once we get them, WWE doesn't decide on to push them to the top. This is how we get a lackluster WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, and not only that, but they don't want to listen to us.
No.
Look, like I said, Vince didn't have it all right all the time, but at least every once in a while he'll throw us a bone. Bryan Danielson becoming champion, to me, one of the greatest WrestleManias build up
of all time
and match card too. WrestleMania 30. I think he did it right because yes. He did not want to push Bryan Danielson, but thanks to the fan hijacking these shows, it got pushed.
Yeah.
Kofi Mania, another one.
That was fantastic.
Yes. So it's like he'll listen eventually and give in. Look, I mean, yeah, regardless afterwards, he got squashed, but look, that's beyond that. It's just like I said, eventually he'll throw the bone and be like, all right, I'll give you this. And then we'll get a bunch of Roman versus Brocks just so many years afterwards. But regardless, it's just like it was just a better time. We were excited.
It's because again, you were excited because of the storylines that were being built in these PLEs and these Raws and everything. But if you look at it, dude, for how many months now have we been focusing on Fatu, Drew, Cody?
It just never goes anywhere.
Then all of a sudden you kind of sprinkle in Sami Zayn, and now on the Raw side, Punk, Roman, Judgment Day. So it's like Rhea with Io. the
Mhm.
Rio, the Kabuki Warriors. So like you keep going, it's like you don't build it, and that's the one thing that Vince did, dude. During WrestleMania, like the moment, honestly, dude, the moment before or the weeks before Royal Rumble, Vince started adding small little seeds. He would add little seeds, little face-offs, little toss tries, little whatever, and then you see it the next week again, little seeds, little talk trash, whatever. Then you see it at Royal Rumble. The fact that these two will go out and it's like, oh, dude, they're pretty badass with each other. Let's keep it moving. So then it's like eventually it led to a WrestleMania because they wouldn't see each other for a while, and then like literally like Elimination Chamber, Great Balls of Fire, Fastlane, all those pay-per-views, like you started seeing like all those wrestlers start having like little mini beefs against each other. So it's like, dude, that built up for a Mania. But it's like the thing that WWE creative forgot this year and last year was how do we build the middle card of WrestleMania? You have the main events, you have probably your beginning matches and your main event. But what about, and again, this is for the sandwich people. What about your peanut butter and jelly? You have the bread, but you don't have the peanut butter and jelly. And that's what's missing for the WrestleMania. That's why the aura is missing this year. We don't have the filler in. I'm not sitting here saying a filler like going to the bathroom or like going to get your soda or whatever. I'm saying about you're excited because, dude, this match is coming up next, or what's the next match? And you always had that mystery. I remember when I went to WrestleMania 20, when we went to WrestleMania 22, what was the next match? Last year when you went to WrestleMania, you did you feel the same way? Where it's like, what's the next match?
I
Did you?
did, but because it was different. Now it seems like even this year lacks more than last year.
Yeah, it does.
So
It
last
dropped
year
a
was
lot. It dropped
good.
off a cliff.
Yeah, because last year was a good Mania build up. Not the best, but it was a good build up. But then once you got to the show, yes, everything dropped down in quality. And then the year before that cannot be replicated in another couple of years, maybe. So, yes, we do have our moments when we're going to get bad manias. But this mania just doesn't feel like it's it anymore.
No.
No, it just doesn't have it. Unfortunately, I don't know, man. I'm not looking forward to it at all. And it's sad.
Listen, if I'm WWE, I get it. New Year's, whatever, blah, blah. WrestleMania is your restart point.
Mhm.
WrestleMania is your refresh button. Out with the old shit, in with the new. PLEs instead of 4 matches, five to 7 matches minimum. WrestleMania, let it be your big one. Let it be your 8, 9 matches. Hell, your big four, or if you want to quote unquote big five, including fucking WrestlePalooza, you can instead go, you know what? Those, if we make a no sorry, fucking what's another? Give me an elimination chamber. We make that one 5 matches. Well, then your big four, everything your WrestleMania is going to have 10 matches. Giving you an example, 10 matches. Everything underneath that's going to have 8, 2 matches below your big one, because that way you're not wrestle fatigued. You're not over here like, dang, this is such a long event. You don't have that. And if you're going to do it back to back nights, it's going to get tiresome. If you're going to be like, dude, why am I watching now 10, 11 matches when I'm used to watching 4? So that way you build you get rid of the wrestling fatigue, but also you give you give the young superstars like a Javon Evans, a Roxanne Perez, uh, Alexa Bliss, still a Trick Williams, an LA Knight, whatever. You give them the chance to build the character and actually move forward and actually grow,
Yeah.
because this is their moment right now. But all you're doing is just meh to the mid card. You're going to focus on your first and your last match, maybe your second to last match, and that's it. And
Mhm.
that's why there is no like electricity in the air right now.
Yeah, and it's just gonna be like that in the next couple of weeks. I don't like the direction it's gonna go. I look, it has potential to be somewhat good when it comes to Mania. So they talk about this sleeper mania. That's sad. Just to call it that way, some of these wrestlers that you're missing out on this sleeper mania. That's just sad. Because WrestleMania and sleeper should not be in the same sentence. Should be separate. It should be different. It should never even be
No.
regarded as sleeper. It's your main fucking show of the year. It's supposed to be your Super Bowl. So how can you call the Super Bowl a sleeper? Like it just doesn't make any sense. So yes, could this Mania have some good ass matches? Oh yeah, 100% agree. But without storyline,
No.
no, it's just one of those things that is just going to be lackluster. Unfortunately, I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's get into some other news, and we'll probably round it back to that. All right. So to yesterday, WWE 2K26 for pre-orders for the Monday night edition, where you have to pay $149, just dropped. So meaning your early access, you could access it now, but you had to buy the Monday Night War edition.
Okay.
You have to pay basically the cream of all,
Yeah, the cream of the crop rises.
yep, all that good stuff, all that DLC. You had to pay high price to get it unlocked a week early. For everybody else, is next week. So it came out so far. I've been hearing it's good. I personally did not pre-order yet. I'm still deciding whether if I want to get it on the Switch too. That way I can get it on handheld or get it on the PS5 or Xbox Series X. I have all the consoles, but I don't know which one yet. I don't know what route I want to take. Because one, I'll take the portable route, right?
Yeah.
The only issue is on dock mode, it's not going to look good frame rates compares to the next gen of PS5 and Xbox Series X.
Yep.
So I'm a little undecisive there. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I'm probably going to figure that out this weekend. I mean, portable mode is portable mode, man.
Of
but
course.
like when you want it high frame second to second, it's hard. I don't know, but regardless, we're gonna probably review it and see how that goes. I'm excited because I am always excited for a new wrestling game, but I'm not excited for this price of $149. That concerns me because this was a little bit higher than last year's Dead Man's edition. It was 130 for you. You're basically no, sorry, I apologize. Dead Man edition was $120 for your tribal chief, I think it was edition, which was 130 something. So we bumped it up a couple of dollars more. And what time do you think that WWE and 2K is going to bump it up to $200 just to add more DLC and no physical form? No more physical media. The only one that's physical, I think it's the standard edition, which is ridiculous. So if I'm going to buy a collector's edition, I used to get a bunch of stuff. Back then they did have these WWE, collector's edition that you got all this stuff. But now we don't even get that shit. So $149 for some DLC. And obviously that comes with probably like those points and all this currency. This is going to be my first time buying the top tier. I'm just deciding what system I want to do it in. But I don't know. I'm not excited, man, because it just means in just due time, eventually it's going to bump up to $200. And we're basically going to buy a console with this type of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to justify this. I mean, but as someone that wants to review the game and play it, it's obviously tempting. Oh, we got a comment.
Wyatt Wrestling 2843. What is up, guys? Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Thank you for joining us. I know it's a late stream, but I mean, we're excited out here for Cody Rhodes winning tonight, I guess. I don't know. We're mixed right now in opinions. Whether we like it or not, it's gonna happen.
It happened.
Well, it's gonna happen. I mean, like Randy versus Cody. Mixed opinions, because I just didn't want to see my boy Drew McIntyre lose the title tonight. But unfortunately, that's the direction they want to go to. So, I mean, what can we do? What do you think of this game, man? Are you excited? Are you gonna pick it up?
I'll pick it up.
Or are you gonna skip it? Because I know some people skip it sometimes. Like
I've been skipping a lot of
buy 1 year, you'll buy the next year. You'll skip the next year, and then buy the year after that.
I'll tell you this, brother. For me personally, I'm looking into getting it. I just don't know which version I'm gonna get because I don't have a lot of time to play for what I already play myself. I'm like, I don't even have time for that. So I have to really sit back and think, is it worth it? Can I justify you're gonna play the living hell out of it?
Oh yeah,
so
I always do.
I agree with you to go ahead, spend 149.
Can I give you some reports that I got? The Hardy Boys are announced as DLC, so they're coming in. They haven't been in the game for quite a while.
Yeah.
Brian Pillman, not Brian Pillman Jr., but his father is going to be in the game. I have not seen that guy in quite a while, too.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think he might have been in the
hands like this on the game.
No, I think he might have been there one of the earlier years, but then got booted out pretty quick. Like the next year, he got kicked out. But like, regardless, that's just been quite a while for him to even be there.
Yeah.
And we have a lot more from AAA, obviously, even TNA. There's some excitement. We have a lot of different versions of CM Punk.
Yes.
Which I don't know if that's really necessary. I don't like it when they have a lot of
one guy.
Well, one guy, but instead of having their character like 8 different versions of CM Punk you scroll on, they just make the same slot, copy and paste with different attires. It just, I think it's just dumb.
13 Punk, and then don't forget you have your first ever 100, which is Super Cena.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they brought that in.
Supposedly they said, yeah, it's 100 for this game. Your only person who's ever hit 100 was John Cena this year.
Surprised it wasn't CM Punk, like his year when he beat Cena for the title.
Yeah.
In Chicago, Money in the Bank. That could have been 99. I want to say 100, but 99 CM Punk.
I can see it.
Yeah, because when AJ Styles had the cover of 2K19, they had this like version of AJ Styles online only. It was unlockable online that you unlock him. I think he was golden and he was level 99.
Okay.
But that's already gone. So the servers are gone. So there's no way you could get that now. But usually the guy who takes the cover art are usually maxed out.
Okay.
So which is odd that CM Punk didn't get that treatment, but it is what it is.
He was like, do you want 100? Or do you want the 99, or do you want 1,000 versions of yourself?
Yeah.
1,000 versions of myself.
So let's also talk about one cameo that we might be getting.
First, let me answer the question.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to justify as the amount of time I'm gonna play, which price I want to pay. You were going.
Okay. So what do you want me to answer?
Well, I already answered. Like, that's my question. It's like, I don't know what I'm gonna get because I have to, like, is it worth gonna be the 7E, or I do want the Monday Night Wars edition, the 150 for me to only play it.
If I was you, let me give you some advice.
7 times a month.
If I was you, just go with the standard edition. If you really don't care about so much about DLC because you're only going to play it a couple of times and you're good with the set roster right now, you're still going to get CM Punk. You're still going to get Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, LA Knight. If you're good with the current roster, go for the standard edition. It's already $70. If you want all the extra mumbo jumbo, to me, it's always this: either go big or go home. But in this case, going home is your standard edition.
Yeah.
It's not a bad deal. $70.
Not bad.
Used to be better at 60, but beggars can't be choosers. So
Absolutely.
It is what it is.
Got 2 comments. I wanted to get it on my birthday. I probably get the Monday Night Wars edition. They are doing it differently with the DLC. They're doing like a ringside pass, like season 1 through 6. It's like Fortnite Battle Pass.
Basically. Well, that's the whole point of it. They want to release it in time. So we're gonna get probably season 1 by April. Then we're gonna get it by June, the next season. Then eventually on August, and then the fourth one in October or November. Because then by
October, and then I see the one do the Christmas one. And then
I think they cut it off on Christmas because by then the new game's already been announced. And who's gonna want to buy old DSC when the new game's been announced already to come out around February or March or whatever? So yeah, it's basically like Fortnite. I mean, it's 2K. What do you expect? They learn from the best of Fortnite, or they're the ones who invented it, or EA. I don't know which one. Microtransaction and all that crap. Obviously, they want to get the more money out of your pocket. It's ridiculous. But honestly, if you have the patience and you want to wait, I agree with Wyatt. Wait. Because I wouldn't doubt it drops down in price.
It's gonna drop for sure.
Yeah, so it could drop 30% by next month.
Black Friday.
Well, Black Friday's all the way till November.
It's gonna drop a lot though by then.
Well, I would say May. I would say May will probably drop 30%. It's a good time to pick it up because you have enough time to beat all that stuff. Because I heard though it's a pretty long game. That's the positive. That they did put a lot of content, especially in My Rise and the career mode with CM Punk, and there's a lot of other stuff. They did put a lot of time into it, so it's going to be a little longer game. So I'm interested to see how that goes. I don't know. I'm going to play it this weekend. I'm trying to download it once I figure out PS5 or Switch 2, and then I'm going to give a little review on that. So let's just see. So I got some rumors going around, man, for WrestleMania. Okay. So there is a GOAT that might be appearing at Allegiant Stadium. He's also not that GOAT. He's not on that field either. He's on a different field. He used to play on a different field, but he is part owner of the Raiders.
Yep.
Tom Brady is rumored to make an appearance at WrestleMania because he's been trademarking a couple of trademarks. One of them is T-Bone, which I don't understand that one. I'm a Tom Brady fan, by the way, but T-Bone just sounds a little bit odd. I like this one, though. This one's my favorite right here. Or the untouchable Tom Brady. I like that one. I don't know about you, but I actually like that one.
You can't go more corny than that. Okay.
No, that's a good one, bro. In the end, the man's the GOAT. Obviously, you can't just come out the GOAT Tom Brady because, people are going to argue, oh, that's just Cena or that's Hulk Hogan. Look, you got to get creative. I like it. You know, what would you call him?
Just Tom fucking Brady. That's it.
No. I like this. I like Tom Brady. But he's been announced to be there. I'm kind of interested.
We got one comment. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till April. And like last year, I bought it right away. I regret it.
Yeah. I mean, if you got buyer's remorse and you got burned, wait it out. I mean, for me, I put a lot of time and investment in it. I'm not gonna tell you 2K25 was good. I don't think it was bad. I think it was okay. I've been buying these games. So put it this way, Wyatt. I've been buying these games since SmackDown. I got all the SmackDowns from the PS1 days all the way to now.
Yeah.
But I started pre-ordering them. I think it was Shut Your Mouth. And I would pre-order these ones on day one. Well, back then you used to get excited because you would pick them up physically. And sometimes you get a little gift back in the day, a little pre-order gift, a physical gift, not a DLC. And everything was finished on the game, by the way. Mm-hmm. But regardless, you were hyped. You would play the shit out of it for a couple of hours. And honestly, back then, you had no buyer's remorse. Usually all these games were bangers. Sometimes a little downgrade, but it was still fun. But then every year it changes. Now everything's copy and paste and added a few things. So if you have buyer's remorse last year, I think you're doing the right thing. Wait it out. So put it this way. I bought 2K25 on day one. I played the shit out of it. I put a lot of hours. I bought all the DLC and everything. I played My Rise. I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it was bad. But I did buy the Switch 2 version because I bought a Switch 2 around October. And then come, November with all the Black Friday sales, I got 2K25 for $15. But obviously we know why, because one, it's Black Friday, and two, the next game's going to come out the following day. But that way I could test it out on a different system. So if you could wait then, it's a good time. If you want to buy it during the summer, I think it's going to drop down to 40%. So it's a good time to buy. But with all that DLC, you're probably still going to get closer to that same price range. But if you don't need all those wrestlers, hey, just go for it, man. Go for the basic.
This is what I'm just kind of saying. This is what I was telling you about waiting for the Monday Night Wars edition on Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want all of them. But again, I can't fathom to pay $149.99 for this plus tax.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I may just wait. It drops to like about less than 100 or about 100.
Yeah.
That's fine by me.
Okay.
Because I'm getting everything that I want. But that's why, that's where I'm coming from. And that's where where I'm, because it's like, dude, at the end, even if we get the standard one to get everything else is going to come by, it's 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15 to get this, to get that, to get that. That ends up and you're basically right back at $150.
You are.
Probably even more. That's why it's like, I'd rather wait and see what happens from there. Last comment. I don't like Tom Brady. Thank you, Wyatt.
What you got against the GOAT, man? That's a GOAT of football. What is he, 6-ring Tom Brady? Doesn't matter. He has more rings than any other football legend ever will, I feel like.
Football team.
Doesn't matter. He has the rings.
I know he has 7. The closest one is a team, which is 6 and 6.
Yeah, that's what I say. I don't think anyone else ever gonna get to that status. Prove me wrong, but I don't think there's any quarterback this day and age or in our lifetime we'll ever see that again. Look, to me, he's a GOAT. If you don't like him, that's cool. To me, that's my man right there. Regardless, though, he's gonna be there. The reason why, rumor has it, he might have a segment with Logan Paul. because I don't know if you guys have been watching, but they have been having a little beef back and forth because
Mhm.
Tom Brady did kind of diss wrestling, saying like, oh, you do all that wrestling stuff. Like he kind of downplayed it. And this was during their podcast segment, and Logan kind of fired back and been going at it in Twitter with them. So we might get a little segment with him and Logan Paul. I don't mind it. In the end of the day, you're gonna have a celebrity spot at WrestleMania. At this point, what else you got left? What other celebrity? We're not gonna get Bad Bunny back.
No.
That's for sure. And that I know of, there's not that many celebrities that are invested. We're not gonna get what's his name back? Travis Scott. We don't want that guy back.
No.
So there's not that much left.
Shaq, I don't think is gonna go back.
I mean, I don't want to see Shaq in the ring either. We're not going to get in much celebrity spots, so I wouldn't mind Tom Brady being there. And I mean, it's his stadium pretty much.
Pretty much,
yeah. Another comment.
My goal in the NFL is Peyton Manning.
Oh my god. Oh god, White. You're lucky I like you, man. I would have unfriended you pretty quick if I didn't know you though. But I like you though. Peyton Manning, though. Oh my god, my man. I just don't like Peyton Manning. Well, I'm a Tom Brady fan. So for you being a Peyton Manning fan, you'll hate Tom Brady. For me being a Tom Brady fan, I hate Peyton Manning.
I thought you hated Eli more.
I hate both those motherfuckers.
Oh, okay.
I think they're overhyped. But that's just me. I don't want to start a war with Wyatt right now, though, man. Because he's gonna start clapping back. Look, man, Wyatt, we could settle this. How about this, Wyatt? We could settle this once you get 2K26. You and I could play online.
Oh.
We go to the community created section. You could download Peyton Manning because I'm sure there's a car out there of Peyton Manning. I'll download Tom Brady, and we could go at it.
I say 3 stages of hell.
I don't care. We could live stream it and just have fun with that. I think that's gonna be a fun time. That's one way to sell it because I don't think we're gonna be playing football. That's for sure.
Another comment. Wyatt, it's because I'm a Denver Broncos fan. Respectable. Okay.
Sorry for your, team not making it this year.
Actually, Wyatt, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I thought you'd be more John Elway fan. That's just me personally. Keep going though.
Yeah, but no, yeah. No. I mean, what's it called? Broncos had a good opportunity, but obviously just the situations that happened, unfortunately. It had the quarterback not get injured, I feel like they probably would have made the playoffs.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, the Super Bowl. My bad. Super Bowl at the time. Look, we're wrestling fans. We only know so much NFL. But regardless, so before we go off left field,
we're talking about Tom Brady being at WrestleMania.
I think it's a good spot. I like it. I don't know about you. If you think it's corny, you think it's cheesy.
Cool. It's been a while since we've seen a celebrity spot, so why not?
Yeah, I think it's just necessary, man. They're trying to put more eyes on the product, and it makes sense. Honestly, too, I'm gonna be out there in Vegas. So I'm kind of hyped to see if Tom Brady walks around. I'm gonna be all over the place, dressed up as a Macho Man. So little hype, wanting him to actually do the appearance.
You know something funny? It'd be funny if it's the Vision versus the Usos, and Tom Brady comes out to distract Logan Paul. That'd be funny.
Good. Okay, let's go into a little bit of AEW news. All right, MJF likes to talk a lot.
Oh god, that's not the quote.
MJF is not scared to back down from anyone. MJF is not scared to attack someone or attack a company. All righty. So this is what MJF said. I'm going to quote this. Unlike WWE, you don't have to sell the soul of your force born to buy. We already know what he wants to buy. An AEW ticket. They are normal prices. We don't discriminate against poors the same way the world champion does. I hate you people, but somebody has to pay daddy's bills. In this reference, he says that AEW tickets prices are affordable, unlike WWE prices. Look, I've been a bunch of AEW shows. I never really missed one out in Chicago. I've been to other cities as well, surrounding states too. I'll tell you this. They're really affordable. Really affordable. If you had $20, you'll get some nosebleeds.
35, actually.
I got in them for 20.
For PLE.
I've got in them for dirt cheap, even for PLE. So if you got $20, you can make that work last minute too. Regardless, they sell some cheap tickets.
Yeah.
And if you have a good $200 in your pocket, you get some floor seats. I've been in a lot of AEW floor seats than I have in WWE seats throughout the years. He's not wrong on that. And if you're there as a wrestling fan and like the quality of wrestling matches, they're going to present that to you. All right. May not all be bangers, but I like the presentation of AEW. I like that they're really into the wrestling. So overall, you could bring your kids, you could bring your friends, and you could all have a good time at an affordable price. I don't think MJF is not spitting out the truth. And a good time he's doing is to attack WWE with all these issues on ticket sales, high prices, especially not able to sell WrestleMania at a capacity that they sold it last year, where even then they didn't sell out. They broke records gates, but they didn't sell out that arena at all. So a couple of comments.
I just one. I heard what MJF said, and I was like, oh my.
I mean, hey, look, MJF is not scared to back down from anything or any company. I like this. Call it what it is, and it brings attention into AEW because those fans that are getting high priced out right now from WWE, the marks, I guess you could say, the loyalists, your day one WWE fans, people like you, me, we're getting priced out. I am not, after Mania. I'm gonna tell you this, after WrestleMania, because I already had this all settled and ready to go. But after Mania, I am not attending another WWE event. I'm done with that. Just because it's too high price and too C tier for the money that you're gonna pay. If I was paying a couple of dollars, I don't know, 30 or 40 bucks for nosebleeds, I have no issue with that. I'll attend it. But if I'm paying $100 to sit all the way on top, and you're gonna give me a C tier show, and you expect me to be happy because that's what they want. They want you to be happy to whatever they give you.
Yep.
I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not gonna attend. I'm gonna stop going. A lot of people are stopped going. You could tell by the crowd. The crowd's changing. They're not excited when they should be. Have you not noticed these segments also feel short because the crowd's not invested? Anytime they do something, they wait for an awkward pause to see if the crowd pops, and they don't.
No.
And even the CM Punk segments before the Roman and CM Punk, the week before, he did a couple of pauses, and the crowd did not pick up because these are not your hardcore fans.
Nope.
Your hardcore fans are the smart ones that know when to pick up when to cheer and boo. These guys are your casual that think WWE is cool. That hey, we just go because it's cool WWE. Right now. Yeah, let's just go. But they don't understand none of that. They don't know what's going on, and they could get bored easily and not interact at all. So that's on TKO. That's on their fault right now. Yeah. They're pricing out the hardcore fans, and once you price out the hardcore fans, and when you start declining, who do you have to fall back on at that point? Nobody. You're gonna shoot yourself on your own foot pretty soon, and I think that's gonna happen. Get about 2 years, and they're gonna feel the effects unless they sell it out before then. But I don't know.
I think the thing that's saving WWE right now is the Saudi events. If it wasn't for Saudi, they would be really suffering.
I don't think you're wrong on that. I really do agree with you because they do make a lot of money in Saudi. And come next year when they run it to Saudi, I wouldn't be shocked the following year they run it back to Saudi because they're going to make so much money. And TKO is going to be once again greedy because look what happened to Vegas. They made the most money they ever made being at Vegas for charging high price ticket prices. After coming off a hot WrestleMania 40, they got the crowd back invested, especially with Cena's last match.
Yep.
Last WrestleMania match, by the way. They got people invested, and we left disappointed. And TKO thought they could run it back once again, sell the same prices, and we're all going to go crazy about it. It doesn't work that way. and
This
it
isn't
hasn't
UFC.
worked this way.
This isn't UFC, dude.
Nah, it's a whole different sport. And even then, if you notice, ESPN is not picking up that much attraction for WWE on their app. It's not working how they wanted it to work. I highly doubt they're cracking numbers right now with the new subscribers, thanks to WWE. I highly doubt it. No one wants to pay that ridiculous $30 a month just to watch WWE, just to watch these mid-tier PLEs.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous right now. But they only got themselves to blame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't think he's wrong there, but that's crazy though, man. I like how he never backs down from anyone.
He doesn't.
Yeah. Honestly, I would like to see him one day in WWE just to see a few matchups, but I don't think
I don't think he's ever gonna go.
I don't think he's ever gonna go. I think there's certain wrestlers that see from either side that eventually they're just gonna be lifers. I think John Moxley's never gonna leave AEW.
Nah.
And I also think it's the same thing with Seth Rollins not leaving WWE.
No.
So they're just day ones, and that's okay. You know, you have to have loyalists in companies, and that's a good part. That's really the good part of promotions that have those wrestlers. Keep them, pay them well, treat them right, because that's hard to find.
Literally.
Yeah. All righty. And another shocker this week on Dynamite, we have David Finlay show up, attack Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin during their match against Gabe Kidd. And I forgot his partner's name. I'm trying to remember his partner's name, but I forgot his partner's name. If anyone knows her, let me know. But he attacked them during the tag match, and they all beat him down right afterwards. So put it this way. That's a shocker for Dave Kidd to sign to AEW, because I thought personally he was going to go to WWE because his dad's there, you know, and it seems like he was eyeing it out for quite a while. He had a lot of interest in going to WWE. It was no secret. And I didn't think AEW was going to get him. But so what I heard, what I read, is that he had interest. He went after WWE, talked to him for quite a bit, and they gave him a contract. And in this contract, it was an NXT contract with lower amount of money.
Oh.
But I don't think it was the money, really. I think it was the fact that he thinks at this point of his career and age that he's well polished, that he wants to be at the main roster spot.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to be in the developmental brand of NXT. So, I mean, if you look at it that way, yes, you could get lost in the shuffle in Dynamite. Let's call it how it is. Tony Khan gets excited, sees his new toy, shows him off, and then the next week we might not see him again. Or the next 2 weeks we might not see him again. Yeah. Or maybe in a month. You create a storyline, and then after that, he disappears. Or if he really likes you, we can see him weekly.
Yeah.
I think David Finlay is a good fit in AEW. I'd rather see him in AEW because I feel like there's a lot more quality of matches.
Yeah.
And even storylines, because there's a lot of ex-Bullet Club members there.
Yeah.
And there's one that I really want to see, and that is Jay White and David Finlay finish off their feud, because David Finlay was the guy who kicked out Jay White from the Bullet Club before he left. So that's one storyline in itself that could write itself easily. I don't blame David Finlay, because look, if you think you're well polished, which I think he is now, when he first came into the promotion, you know, wrestling in general, he was an average wrestler. He was a tag team with what's his name, Juice Robinson. And I always thought that Juice Robinson was the more charismatic guy, and I still think that to this day. I love Juice, but David Finlay was kind of average. And then when he became the leader of the Bullet Club, he bulked up.
Yeah,
he talked better on the mic. He got a lot better, and his wrestling up and up a lot.
Yeah.
So I think at this stage of his career, I'm with Finlay. I think he does deserve the main roster spot, and I think he did the right move. Now, if he doesn't get used a lot on TV, you can't really blame anybody else but Tony Khan at that point.
Yeah.
And that's another fumble on his eyes. But I hope he does it right. I hope he sets some storyline up with them, because I think this guy has the potential to shoot your promotion up to the moon. I feel like they fumbled. I think they could have used them. They could use a strong heel on SmackDown right now. And I think David Finlay would have fit well there.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I agree. It would have been. Imagine him and Drew like as a strong heel because that's what you need. You need more than just the one strong heel. You need multiple. So if you have already Drew, then the next because it's like the MFTs they are the heels, but they're not strong heels.
Not at all.
They're mid to bottom tier.
Yeah.
So if you have one more strong heel, it elevates more of the heels around them to do better.
Yeah. So overall, I like this, man. I'm excited. I was excited to see him actually. I was shocked, but after hearing what I heard, I believe it.
Yeah.
And if I was him, man, do what's best for you. Hey, I know for a fact that Tony Khan busted out that checkbook and wrote him a big fat check
Yeah.
to sign to AEW for a couple of years. Take the money.
Yep.
Take the money when it's presented. Take the money.
Take the money in the schedule.
Because look, man, wrestling in general is a bitch.
Yeah.
And you don't have that many years in the business because you take all those bumps. You get a lot of injuries and
A lot
stuff.
of bruises.
And you don't got insurance. And without insurance, how are you going to pay for all those injuries, man?
Yeah.
It's going to come out of your pocket. And if you sign to NXT, you get injured big time. It's pretty much out of your pocket, man. Like, it's unfortunate, but it's just the reality of a lot of wrestlers. So, hey, get the money and get it going. That's what I say. I don't know. But let's talk about another one. So let's talk about injuries. All right. So we got Steph DeLandier says that she paid for both her surgeries and notes that TNA does not have a setup for a proper medical team, unlike WWE and TNA, which I know for a fact this is true because this has been years and years and years that TNA has not set up a proper doctor like that, a proper medical team. Because there's a lot of wrestlers in the past that have suffered from a lot of injuries and did not end up well. One of the most notable one that I remember was women wrestler Daphne that passed away.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And not only that, but it kind of links up that it was kind of TNA's fault for pushing her into that match where she made that crazy spot into the tables that really got her injured. Not only that, but basically fired her afterwards because she got injured, which is just ridiculous. That's what set her up to get depressed. And unfortunately, yeah. But, let's just talk less of that because that's a whole different topic that pisses me off. So this is what she said. I paid for both surgeries. I paid for PT for both of them. This is talking about her neck surgery, by the way. My insurance maxed out, so I'm currently have 9,000 Advent help bills sitting there that I'm going to get at some point, which you ain't lying. It was 100% covered on my end. I was not on a salary. I was not even getting paid every week, which I believe her on that. If you're not there, if you're not on the road, if you're not working, you don't get paid, which is true. I kind of do believe TNA is a smaller promotion.
Yeah.
And we heard situations like this before with other wrestlers in the past. I guess things don't change, even if you're on, a network finally. So financially, it was a big hit as well.
Yeah.
So they don't have a budget set aside of injuries. That's what she says. On a proper medical team like AEW and WWE that is fully staffed and medical team. They have doctors, they have PTs, they have all sort of people who job it is to take care of wrestlers when they get injured, to rehab them back to full health, and then to let them continue their careers as wrestlers. So, as well as she said this, I guess I'll read this part. Unfortunately, TNA does not have a setup like whatsoever. Majority of communications about injuries was through their chiropractor, who spent 18 months trying to get a return to me in the ring, and it didn't work.
Wow.
Well, I only got a month. I think she went to a WWE doctor, she's saying, and she only got a month as a return. So one doctor says 18 months, and the other one took about a month to give her basically a return that you could return back into the ring. So she quit, and her husband that wrestles in TNA quit as well. TNA tried to keep her husband, but he didn't want to go, obviously. I think they're gonna go back to the Indies. I think she and her husband are gonna go back to GCW. I doubt if they're gonna go to AEW. Maybe they will. Maybe they just want a doctor. Like, but it just kind of sucks hearing about that. So it just goes to show you that look, yeah, WWE has a better doctors, AEW has better doctors, but at the end of the day, some of these promotions you still got to pay out of pocket.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for her, TNA did not help her at one bit, and she paid more out of her pocket. And I guarantee you, all those bills stacked up pretty high, and they're going to stack up high when it comes to collecting payments eventually. And it just sucks. It just sucks hearing about that. What do you think overall?
That sucks, dude. Honestly, unfortunately, it sucks the fact that when you become a professional wrestler, you also become an independent contractor, so you pay for everything out of pocket, including your surgeries. That sucks so much, dude. I really wish her though. Glad the fact that she has a good recovery, but I hope that she can go ahead and go forward with her finances as well.
Okay, so let's just talk about some good news. I did hear that Dustin Rhodes and his dog won a championship recently. So Dustin Rhodes and his pet dog went to a tournament. I forgot what tournament it was, but they came out in first place.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and Dustin Rhodes is still recovering from an injury. So, it's just great news overall. Let's just get some positivity out there, man. We got another comment.
Yeah, this is saying this is happening. Wow.
Yeah. Let's talk about one thing I wanted to talk about real quick, and that is the what if situation. All right. And this is a what if situation here. And this has actually been rumored that was supposed to happen, but unfortunately things got out of hand.
Okay.
So, alrighty. So imagine this WrestleMania 24, right? The original plan was Jeff Hardy was planned to basically win the Money in the Bank briefcase that year.
Okay.
Did not happen though. He was not even in the match itself. All right. And eventually, later on that night, he was going to cash it in the winner of Randy Orton, John Cena, and Triple H in the main event at WrestleMania 24. If that happened, Jeff would have became WWE champion and also made history as the first ever to successfully cash in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. So this would have been before Seth Rollins,
way before Seth Rollins
had a chance to cash it on Roman and Brock Lesnar during their match. But here's the issue. The reason why he wasn't even there in the Money in the Bank, week before the event, Jeff was arrested for DUI and was removed from the match. Instead, that year, CM Punk won the briefcase and changed wrestling history as a whole. So let's just imagine that. You think in the end of the day, let's just say somehow we went back. I don't know. We stopped Jeff Hardy from ever driving drunk that day.
Ever.
But in general, do you think that was best for business? And going forward, we would have had Jeff as champion, which Jeff as champion would have sold pretty well no matter what. But I guess what would you buy or sell? Would you have bought Jeff Hardy as champion, or would you have sold him as champion? Because at the end of the day, we did have CM Punk grow from that.
CM Punk.
At the end of the day, I think CM Punk was supposed to that was destiny.
Yeah.
Had we not get that, I mean, there was a lot of things that stunted his growth, but had we not gotten that, I felt like that would have stunted his growth in general, and he probably would never recover from it. And the issue with Jeff Hardy was even if he had won the championship, there was just going to be eventually the inevitable where he was going to get in trouble for something.
Yeah.
Because after that, he just kept getting in trouble for this, in trouble for that, in trouble for that,
trouble for that,
in trouble for that, in trouble for that. And not too long ago, he got in trouble for another issue coming with substance.
Oh, Jeff.
I like Jeff. I really do. I just don't think it was just meant to be. A couple of comments.
Why it's a CM Punk. Peter Anthony Fernandez. Cody winning the title was good, but the execution of the match was what was so awkward. The match hype against Randy is not being better hyped.
So that's the thing. You're right on that. The execution tonight was lackluster. It didn't really seem like a main event. It was building up throughout the night as a main event. You felt the energy, but when you got to the match, it felt short. It just, you knew it was going to be a screwy finish. It was a given. There was no way that they were going to do this right tonight.
No.
It was always going to be a screwy finish, as well as the road to it. Look, it's just sad that Orton and Cody had to be this way to sell a little bit more tickets. But in the end of the day, do you feel that energy?
No.
Do you feel that Mania status?
I felt it more for Drew versus Randy.
I would have felt it more because I felt like Drew would have sold it better. But now we're just going to have Cody doing these long, what do you want to talk about segments with Randy Orton?
Let's talk about Randy Orton. Let's talk about legacy. Let's talk about a history.
And the only way that this could be saved, if Orton turns heel and starts punt kinking all these people, especially if they get Brandy Rhodes into WWE, I feel like that would get some energy into the feud. And somehow Orton punts her or RKOs her or does something. One of these guys has to turn heel. I don't want to see it at Mania. I want to see it now. Because the rumor has it is that Orton might win it and might be the 15-time champion at Mania, but he's going to turn heel then. I don't want to wait till then. Because we're going to get some boring ass storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do it now. Sell me it better. I just also don't think it's going to feel that WrestleMania hype no matter what. It's unfortunate. I would have had Drew still retain tonight. I would have gone to that triple threat match if we had to, but it is what it is. Now we have Drew and Fatu most likely facing each other at Mania.
No, it's just.
I don't even know what Sami Zayn's going to do.
Nothing.
He's probably going to get invested into that triple threat match.
Or he's probably going to be inserted into some random over-the-top battle royal where he's going to win it.
Oh, you know where he's going to head to? Trick Williams.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I hope Trick Williams go over. I really do. But I feel like since he's going to Saudi next year, he might just go over on Trick Williams.
This is the build-up for it.
Yep.
A couple things. Drew McIntyre, at least now Jeff Hardy is not like that anymore. And the other thing is Drew McIntyre is better hyped than Randy and Cody.
Drew McIntyre is better hyped than Randy and Cody. I agree.
Drew versus Randy is more hyped than Randy versus Cody.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people are just divided right now between Drew losing and Cody winning. Well, there's a lot. I know there's to me, I think right now it's half and half. But whenever you have half and half, that's just bad.
Yeah.
You don't want to divide the wrestling community. We all want to agree on something. A couple of years back, 2 years ago, when The Rock inserted himself into the main event of WrestleMania, we all hated it.
Yeah.
Most of us hated it. Most of us didn't want it. And it showed. And they had to change it. Right now, we're half and half.
So they're not going to change it.
That's the issue. If more people complain, more people thumbs down the videos, there's a good chance WWE calls an audible and we get Drew back inserted somehow, some way.
That's why they took out Jay from the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Unfortunately, I just don't like it. It sucks. It really does. I don't know what we can do. We got another comment from Wyatt.
Sammy is gonna keep crying and moaning backstage. Honestly, I think Sammy attacked Jey Uso last week, but it's probably gonna be Trick versus Sammy at WrestleMania.
So you think that Sammy turns heel come Mania? What do you think, SG3?
I think that
I think it's needed.
It's needed, but again, though, don't make Sammy the funny heel. That's the thing I've always said about WWE. They always gotta make this dude a fucking just joke of a heel. I'm gonna prove to the conspiracy. Dude, don't just become a heel.
Make him look like a badass.
Honestly, make him look like a badass heel because he can be a badass. I get it. You guys want to build him off of the fact that he's always got to come from behind, always got to fight for this and that. How about this? You know what? Cool. He is down and out. Bing! Believe me, if anyone could sell the perfect heel character, it's Sami Zayn.
You know, it's funny. In another alternative universe, Sami Zayn could have been a good heel because of that haluva kick.
Yeah.
That is a heel kind of finisher. And if it was done right, it could be a deadly finisher. Could like cause an injury in the head, kayfabe, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that they don't push that on him, even right now. Did you see that segment with him and Orton today?
I did not know.
So at that point, when he asked for Orton for advice, and he did say, Orton, I'm pulling for you, man. I hope you become, you win your number 15, because he also had a segment with Cody that didn't end well. and Cody called him out like, you always look like you want to get inserted into the title picture, which I thought it was funny. But
I look who was talking.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then Randy Orton gave him some advice. He's like, listen to the voices in your head.
Oh,
So it's trying to give you some hints that Orton might turn heel, but we also might get a heel Sammy, because even Sammy's like, that's actually good advice. There's some seeds being planted. I want to see this done now, though. I don't want to see it done at WrestleMania, though. That's not enough of a storyline. It's not enough of build-up. We got to get the build-up now and then have it finish up at WrestleMania. Because look,
this is a month before.
At this point,
well, I know this is a month before.
If we're going into Mania, there's a good chance Cody gets booed. There's going to be a lot of the hardcore fans going to Mania. A lot of the hardcore fans are going to be sick and tired of Cody Rhodes being in the main event and capturing gold. So we're probably going to be on Team Orton side.
Or having gold.
Yeah.
Going into then.
I think at this point, we'd rather see Orton win his number 15 and, get closer to that sunset at number 16. And at this point, we kind of do. I think we all want to see him champion again. It'll be interesting if he turns fully heel, but I don't know, man. I just feel like WWE is going to fuck this up somehow, some way.
Wyatt says, I totally agree. Don't make him a funny heel. Make him a bad guy heel.
I mean, maybe he just can't be a heel, though. Have you ever thought about this? Maybe he just sucks
No,
at it.
I just think, honestly, that unfortunately, dude, here's the thing I fucking dislike about WWE, dude. I'm going to really rant on this one.
Or just, before to cut you off, sorry, just bring back El Generico.
Dude, here's the thing. WWE, unfortunately, always pegs people one fucking way and doesn't let them evolve, doesn't let them grow, doesn't let them do anything. WWE always does the same shit with every fucking person that they sign. You are this, you're going to stick with this, and if the crowd loves it, we're going to keep you this way, whatever. Even when they boo you, it's still getting tickets, it's still doing this, you're still getting this. It doesn't fucking matter. They don't ever give them a change. Dude, Sami Zayn is great on the mic. Sami Zayn is great in the ring. Sami Zayn has a great moveset. Sami Zayn has great chemistry. Sami Zayn, honestly, is a great wrestler. Let him fucking evolve. Let him be better. Let him actually grow. He has been in the fucking company for what? Over 10 fucking years now? And what? The best thing we probably got from him as a heel run was a cameraman to show conspiracy? Get the fuck out of here, dude. This is the time where Sami Zayn really does have to grow and stop being the funny guy. If I was WWE right now, you want butts and seats, make fucking changes that are going to surprise people. Make fucking changes that are going to sit here and say to everyone that they're going to sit here and say, wow, this I was not expecting. I was expecting a Sami Zayn heel run, but I wasn't expecting this heel run.
I don't. Well, here's the thing, dude. I think they missed. You said the best thing was the conspiracy. I said the best thing was the bloodline. The whole bloodline feud where the
bloodline feud. I'm talking about him by himself.
I mean, this was him by himself eventually. This could have been him by himself if they weren't too scared. And I get it. They were trying to do the whole Cody versus Roman in the end. But if they weren't so scared, Sammy missed his spot. Sammy should have gone over from Roman Reigns. And I don't think anyone would have complained.
I vouch for Sami Zayn. That elimination chamber. I was teary-eyed and I literally said, do it. I know you're not meant to win, but do it. Beat the streak, beat the story, do it. And technically he could have, because if you remember, they only put one title on the line. They didn't put both of them.
That's the issue, but WWE wasn't ready for that. And I feel like that from there on, it was over for him. I still feel that way. I think his best days are over with, and at this point, he's just an upper mid-carder. But he's never gonna get back to
the main event. Fucking Jey Uso can yeet the fuck all he wants, and yet we have to.
There's a difference between main event and Sami Zayn. No. Main event has only had 2 years in the spotlight. Sammy's been trying to get there, had the chance, but they didn't push him. Sammy had a chance to be the main spot. They just weren't ready for him. Main event, it's only gotten their B tier title scene. Let's just be real. The world heavyweight's a B tier title scene, unfortunately. Right now, it's being pushed finally as the A tier.
Frank of Flame Forever. Hey, welcome to the show, man. Never seen a comment from you. We appreciate it. Thank you for the love. We appreciate it. I think if Randy loses at WrestleMania, I think we'll get the 2009-2010 heel. Hope so.
I want to get the Viper. I want to get it. Or how about this? A hybrid. We get a hybrid version, maybe of the Legend Killer, maybe as the Viper, because he's getting older.
Yeah.
You remember it's like when Taker came back, when he was gonna face Kane at WrestleMania
20.
At 20, and we got like a version of the biker mixed with the dead man, and it was like his final form.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get that version where he's the Viper, but he's more mature now.
Yeah.
He knows what he has to do. He's been at that top level. He has more experience than all the other guys right now in WWE. He's one of the last legends.
Literally.
From the Ruthless Aggression era, and he should use that. He really is, because right now there's nobody there. There's nobody. I mean, I guess Brock Lesnar,
but he's gone.
But he's a part-timer. He doesn't. Well, it's rumors. I think he's staying until another 5-6 years. I don't think. I mean, they're offering him a lot of money. Another comment.
I want the Legend Killer from Wyatt.
I want the Legend Killer too, but I don't know if that fits his character anymore, man. He's a legend himself. He's a legend himself. And what legends do you have them basically kill? I mean, if let's just say Jericho comes back, it just doesn't make sense. They're they're old already. Yeah.
About the same age.
I think that Legend Killer gimmick past this point. I mean, I like the Legend Killer. I was a big fan of that. That's what really got me invested in Orton. But I think it's past his prime already, man. Another comment.
Cody now is overrated, but he is really tough to defeat someone tough like Cody. You gotta show up out of nowhere the same way he did at Elimination Chamber.
I mean, what do you think?
I agree with it. Just up. Hey, thank you for the subs. We appreciate it, bro.
We appreciate it. If you can, subscribe to us, hit the notification, guys. We usually air on Mondays, an hour after Raw, an hour and a half at the most. We're starting to go Fridays now, so like around this time usually to set it off, and maybe when WrestleMania comes, we'll do a little bit more shows here and there. But we do appreciate you guys. Thank you for commenting. Any questions, feel free to ask, even if it goes left field, like what ifs or video games, because we all know 2K26 just dropped. So if anyone out there played it already, hey, let us know. Let us know if it's worth getting, because I'm still trying to debate here if I want to get on the Switch 2, the PS5, if I'm ready to drop $149 for the WCW WWE edition, with the Monday Night Wars. The thing that sucks, let's just talk about this real quick. The thing that sucks is that we're not going to get Sting in that edition. Sting, though, but that was the guy who really was part of the Monday Night War against the NWO.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We have like 20 different versions of CM Punk, but we're not having 20 different versions of the NWO.
No.
Like, you could have got everybody. You could have got Ted DiBiase, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You could have got fucking, what's his name? The Giant.
Yeah.
Which I guess.
But they're not, though, because he's over there.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the field. You could have got many other different versions of it. Another comment.
You could have got K-Dog.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'm surprised they didn't put Conan in there.
Yeah.
There's a rumor out there, and I'm only saying this, but I don't know if it's true. But I did read before going on air, and I hope this is not true. And I hope I'm just throwing out false rumors, and there was an online thing going on that K-Dog's in critical condition.
Oh, Chetos, okay.
Yes, so I hope that's false, but that's what I heard before going on. I tried to fact check this. I didn't have too much time, but I hope he's okay. Let's just hope for the best, man, because these legends are getting older, and it's just it's hard sometimes, man. What else we got?
Who do you think is a mystery opponent for Brock Lesnar? Yeah,
Who do you think?
yeah.
LA Knight. Oh, but what about this? What if LA Knight doesn't face him at Mania? What if we go all the way to WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar still having no opponent? Paul Heyman's in the ring and says, "Does anybody out here has the balls to face the Beast?" And out we come with the mystery opponent. What if in the end it is Obafemi? What if it's Chris Jericho? What if it's
Chris Jericho wouldn't lose a returning match, though.
I know, but what if it was Chris Jericho? What if it's what else do we have? Hey, what if we get Ricky Starks?
Yeah.
Like, even though he's not gonna win, I feel like with the little man usually gives Brock Lesnar a pretty good match. We have seen it before. Bryan Danielson, AJ Styles, and who else faced them? Anytime you pair it off well, it goes good for them. What else we got?
Got another one. Is if you're gonna get it to me versus if you're gonna get it to versus me, like you said, I have an Xbox console, just letting you know.
So if
I think it's basically something to challenge. I'm saying 3 Stages of Hell. Why you're basically saying if you're gonna get it, and so am I, you want this match, you want the smoke. He's got an Xbox.
So
he's letting you know.
So okay. So this
basically what he's saying right now. He's saying
you want
stop
yelling at me, motherfucker. I can hear perfectly fine.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you're over here yelling. Well, if you're trying to say if you want to do that, Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady in 2K26, I accept your challenge. I'll try to get the Xbox version, and I'll accept your challenge, Wyatt. I want you to know, man, I'm a 20-year veteran in the wrestling game. All right, my man. So step up your game. Well, you still need to get the game. That's the thing.
You still need to get the fucking
game. We still need to get the game. So once you get the game, you let me know, man. You let me know, and I got you. I got you
here. The guys will throw down.
I guess you accepted my open challenge.
They did.
Yeah. So hey, let's do it, man. Let's just see how it goes. Honestly, I stream this too. What comes after that one?
I want Gunther to step up just so Brock Lesnar beat him. But if Gunther won, yeah, I'm unfollowing the WWE from social media.
Well, that's the thing too. Does anybody want to see Gunther versus Dragon Lee? Or the rumor also is Gunther and Rey Mysterio.
Oh dear God.
And if you face off Rey Mysterio, do you have him? What's the point? You're not gonna have him retired.
No.
Rey doesn't want to retire this year. I highly doubt it. We haven't heard anything from it.
Has another 65 years in him.
So what's the point? I'm gonna tell you this though. Let's just play fantasy real quick.
Okay.
What if Gunther beats the shit out of Rey at WrestleMania, and then he doesn't stop even after the match? He beats him up, power bombs him, put him on the sleeper, and then when it looks like referee comes out, try to break it up, but it doesn't happen, and out of nowhere, Dom music hits. He comes out, gets a big crowd reaction, and he saves his father. And he tells Gunther this: if anybody is going to beat the shit out of my father, it's going to be me. So in a way, I mean, he doesn't beat him up then and there, but in a way, he's like, he wants to be the one that destroys his dad, the one who retires him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he saved him. And this puts Rey in a conflicted area where he sees Dom that basically saved him. And maybe eventually this gets the seeds planted on the face, basically Dom. Because the rumor is by the end of this year, Dom is going to turn fully face. That's going to be interesting to see how he pulls that off. Because we haven't seen a face Dom.
Years.
And even then, he was still new. It just didn't work. He had no character.
No.
But now he has a character. Now he's good at the mic. So, hey, I mean, if they build this up right, this could be a good storyline. If Gunther does face off Brock, though, I mean, who doesn't want to see that, though? Gunther versus Brock Lesnar? That'd be interesting. We were supposed to get that match 2 years ago. But then Brock got caught with the allegation.
Yeah.
So it never happened, but that was planned. At WrestleMania, I think it was WrestleMania 40, he was supposed to be there against Gunther versus Brock, was supposed to be set off. So maybe we get that finally now.
So, a couple more. Chris Jericho, I think he can't handle it, but Obafemi, perfect opponent.
Obafemi could be a perfect opponent, but here's the thing. Oba going over could happen, but I feel like it won't. I feel like WWE is gonna go with Brock Lesnar to go over Obafemi. It doesn't shock me.
Oh,
Look at it. Brock Lesnar. They made Brock Lesnar eliminate Obafemi at the Royal Rumble. I don't know, man. I just feel like they have a way to fuck things up. So it kind of scares me. It really does. I'd rather see Obafemi because that's what everybody wants. We all want that shit. We really do. But are they going to be willing to give it to us? And not only that, but the strong rumor is LA Knight. And they kind of planted to see that LA Knight might be the guy. And the better question is, if LA Knight doesn't face Brock Lesnar, who the hell is he going to face?
And who the hell is LA Knight going to face?
That's what I'm saying. Who the hell is LA Knight going to face? Who does he have to face? He's one of the biggest stars right now in WWE. We all go crazy every time his music pops.
Yeah.
So who does he have to face at this point? There's slim pickings.
Literally.
Yeah. So I don't know. What else we got?
All right, we got another one. I got PS4. I got WWE 2K25. What'd you think of it?
2K25. I thought it was good. What?
Frank.
Oh, Frank. Okay.
What did you think of it?
Yeah. What do you think about this? I thought it was a pretty decent game. 2K25. I don't think it was the greatest. I don't think it was worse. It's pretty decent for what it was. I got it on the Xbox last year. I ended up getting it on Switch 2 when it went on sale. I just like the ability to get portability, on the go. Especially if you're going to put tons of hours on My Rise and all that other stuff, might as well get it on the go. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards the Switch 2 this weekend, because that's when I'm planning to get the new one. That way I'm able to play it early and then eventually review it on here.
Oh, there it is. Wyatt says, all right, I accept your challenge. I can't wait. Laughing my ass off.
Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. Wyatt, we should download an arena around football theme. I'm sure if we look pretty good in the community section where the creations are at, we'll find something and we could stream this. And I guess SG3 could be the commentator.
I'll be commentator. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'll be me and Ryan. Go ahead. Bring in Alexa Bliss. We got this.
Wait. Wyatt, if I'm correct, I am correct. There's a football as a weapon in 2K. We could make a hardcore match, but the rules are you could only use the football as a weapon. That actually be pretty interesting. The battles of the quarterbacks. I wonder if I download Tom Brady, what would be his finishers? My curiosity, as well as Peyton Manning.
Probably some sort of Stone Cold Stunner, and then
it's always something popular.
Some diving off the red top rope head, but
honestly,
that's gonna be funny.
That's gonna be crazy. I really want to get that match going.
I can't wait to be commentator.
Yeah.
Wyatt, tell Ryan we got this. Another one. Yeah, that's gonna be one hell of an imagination, buddy. LOL. Dominic ain't gonna do it.
I don't know, man. Never say never, because we gotta have a face turn. We have to have a face turn eventually for Dominic. But hey, I mean, if it doesn't happen, I wonder when they're gonna do it though. What else we got?
We got another one, which is ever since the John Cena final match, Triple H is tripping.
Well, that's the thing. That whole John Cena's last match, it's just the whole run was just awful.
That was terrible.
I think this man's been tripping since after WrestleMania 40. He's just been going downhill. Yeah, little by little, it's just been going steadily down. And at this point, I don't know how low can we go.
Rock bottom.
I think we're close to there.
But we've already hit it. But we're still trying to salvage it.
Well, I think at this point, if WrestleMania doesn't feel like a WrestleMania,
that should tell you we're rock bottom.
Yeah, we are in rock bottom situation.
I said we already hit it. We're just still trying to salvage it. Last one is Wyatt. That works for me. With the football, this is hysterical. So it's a challenge accepted. We got Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning with the football. Ryan's gonna comment. I'm gonna comment. Let's let the madness begin. That's all I can say.
Well, you got to get 2K26 and let me know when. And I guess we could live stream it on here. Like I said, I think it's going to be a good match.
Why don't you guys simultaneously?
You know what? We could probably build a better storyline than WWE can.
You know what? Why don't y'all go ahead and cut promos against each other?
Right, every week,
show?
you know?
Yeah, every week. Go ahead. Yeah, this would be awesome. Wyatt, you know what? I invite you. Go ahead, cut a promo on him, and you vice versa on Wyatt.
Cut a Scott Steiner's promo on Tom Brady. He still has 99% chance of returning back and making it to the Super Bowl by the time May 5th comes around. That Steiner math.
That's fantastic Steiner math. 174%. What the fuck are you getting? It's 174% from
Steiner University.
Literally. John Cena heel era was peak, so as his farewell tour, except that and he gave up.
Heel turn was good when it first started, but it just soured on me during the basically end of it. And then when he turned face, it just got worse because there was never any there was never any buyout to it. It was just more of him just going like, hey, you know what? I fucked up on the whole turning heel. It was a dumb, he basically admitted it's a dumb segment that someone else made me do, which was The Rock, apparently, which I don't agree because I feel like this was really just a Triple H idea. It was a way for Triple H to throw salt at The Rock while he was away, too. But we never had a buyout, like, of him realizing his mistakes, really. It was more of like, I give up. I want to be a face again. You know?
I'll tell you this. I think personally, if there were more dates on the calendar for John Cena to appear,
what he wanted,
it would have made sense.
If he would have allowed him to get the dates he wanted to, instead of giving him an amount of dates, this whole heel thing could have been a lot better.
You would have started half the year as a heel, last half as a face. Hell, it would have been awesome.
It would have been a lot better his final tour, but yeah. I don't know why WWE settled for why they only wanted for 50-something dates.
Let's talk about CM Punk. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns.
Punk and Roman is going to be your biggest match of either nights. Your biggest match this year. Has potential to steal the show. Has potential to be a really good feud. But that's if they change it up, because we just can't have this back and forth promos. Yes, they're good. They're great. But I don't think they're going to keep it up. I don't know if Roman's going to be there every week. I want some fighting. I want some backstage action. I want Roman beating CM Punk's ass for the shit that he said about his dead father. Well, basically, on your dead father. But I wanted to see him beat his ass.
I want to hear the comebacks about Larry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're going to include Larry because I don't know if you read, but CM Punk still cries every night. I really don't think they're going to go that low. I don't want them to. It's too predictable. Have Roman beat his ass. Beat the shit out of him. Really beat the shit out of him. Make the guy bleed. I feel like CM Punk will sell it. And I think he's willing to do that. Get that old school, Austin The Rock type of segments where they just go at it, man. They cut some good promos. They go at it here and there. They tag team together and they don't get along. So they start beating each other during the tag team. That type of, we got only like 5 weeks away. This should just be an easy buildup because the potential's there.
The keyword he just said, it should.
It should. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. I don't know. What else does he say? Because I know he wrote a little bit more.
He said, and John Cena, his face was obvious. He wasn't comfortable being heel. He wasn't. And that father thing was crazy.
So the John Cena thing about him being comfortable, I think it was also the fact that he was not expecting himself to turn heel on his last run because all that was built last minute. And for him, he wanted to turn heel years ago, but Vince shot it down. I think he just didn't expect him to be a heel finally on his farewell tour. This should have happened 10 years ago.
Or even 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. It should have just happened a while back. Sometimes it's just a little too late. Did it give a big shock moment at Elimination Chamber? Yeah, it's one of those shock moments that we'll never forget. It was just a little too late sometimes,
And Wyatt says that father thing got so cold, it was insane. Oh, I'm sorry, Wyatt. You just retracted your message.
Well, the whole father thing was crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I did not expect that.
No.
Yeah.
Silva Fatu's pissed.
So yeah, I saw that Silva Fatu responded on a what Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was pissed off. He wants to slap the shit out of CM Punk.
And he says it's on site.
It's on. Well, then Nia Jax responded too. All the Samoans basically responded right after, you know.
But yet they can keep calling out Dusty Rhodes every single week when they were building up 39 and 40, and it's okay, right?
Yeah,
I'm just saying
you can't touch the Samoans, man.
You can't touch the Samoans, but you keep disrespecting the legend. I'm just saying.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's the same shit we were talking earlier of David Finlay. They didn't think that David Finlay was ready to be the main roster. It said he was NXT level, but yet you could sign the Samoans, any Samoans that are related to, you know, it's related to that dynasty, and you could already move them up to the main roster.
Yep.
It doesn't make sense sometimes. You know, it's whatever. What else we got?
The CM Punk t-shirt guy. I didn't catch your name. You're right. The CM Punk and Roman, it's got to be like the Attitude Era promo backstage fights and so on, because they have history and hatred so much. By the way, he's the Windy City
Savage.
I am SG3.
Yep. So yeah, nice to meet you overall, man. Like your questions, like, you know, the energy you bring. So really nice to meet you tonight. We appreciate your comments, sir. So let's answer this question.
Oh, yeah, was on a question.
Well, overall, let's just answer this. Look, like I said, this has a lot of potential. SG3, how about you? What do you want to see? Do you really want to see Larry getting attacked? I personally don't.
Listen, dude, if you at this point you just kind of proved if my father who passed away is off limits, I'm sorry, your dog is off limits too. Like I'm sorry, not off limits. If my father can be brought into this, and yes, I conjured up the ghost of Dusty multiple times when I was gonna fight Cody Rhodes, but guess what though? That kind of just showed to me the fact that you can touch my heartstrings, I'm gonna touch yours. That's what I show. And dude, honestly, if you're going to really build this up to be what it's supposed to be, you have to bring in Larry.
I don't know, man, dude. I'm sorry. I just don't. I think it's just too low, man. I don't know. It's just too predictable. What if this? I get where you're going. I'm not disagreeing, but I just think it's too predictable. What if? So here's the unfortunate part. AJ Lee's locked in with Becky Lynch, and they're not going to make her want to look weak at all on live TV. But if she wasn't locked in with the program with Becky Lynch, I would have loved to see Roman Reigns and CM Punk in the ring and AJ Lee in the back. And once it looked like Roman's going to go for the spear, Punk moves and spears the shit out of AJ Lee. How pissed would that set Punk? And then he just walks out. Like, all right, I speared her by accident, but I'm going with it.
But that's okay. But that's again where you could have done the whole thing of Rock versus Austin. Right now, though, you just literally said gloves are off. You conjure the spirit of my dead father.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you, Roman kind of looked like, dude, you just used to do that? Like, you just went beyond the fourth wall. Like, you could tell Roman was pissed. Like, that wasn't the comment that he was expecting.
I don't know, man. I think
it's like when
I think
it's like when he went like this, you know, aka John Cena.
I think he sold it well. I think, well, that's the thing. You gotta give Roman's credit. He's an actor now. He sold it well. I'm sure they went over this stuff. I highly doubt CM Punk didn't go to Roman like, look, I'm gonna mention your father. I'm gonna drop this line on you. Just letting you know. And Roman being the great wrestler and actor now, sold that expression really well. I really think it's just him selling it. Because I highly doubt, dude. This ain't AEW. This ain't unpredictable stuff. This is already scripted. A lot of it's already planned. If you see it on Real, they go step to step, even during the match. I'm sorry. I have a hard time believing that. Another comments.
A lot of comments. What is the Samoan Goblins that CM Punk talking about? What if at WrestleMania every Samoan shows up to interfere just because he brought his father? Remember what The Rock said at WrestleMania 40?
Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. That is a good point. That could happen. I'm not sure if it does because it kind of takes away from that whole vibe of a match. Because you want this is going to be night 2, by the way. It's pretty much been confirmed. This is going to be night 2. So you want it to be, your main event. You don't want no interference. And if it is, it has to be a really shock value interference. Now, you did get a little promo from Silifat too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be there that weekend, that whole week, basically, at WrestleMania time. If I'm correct, Silifat 2 is booked for a House of Glory. That's an indie independent wrestling organization at Vegas, I think on Thursday. So are the Hardys are going to be there too. But Silifat 2 is booked there because he's one of their, rosters right now. So never say never. He could come out, shock the world at the biggest stage of them all, and help Roman Reigns capture that title. Because I don't know, it just, you never know if you're gonna go that route. I would say don't bring all the Samoans, just bring one that we haven't seen yet,
which is Zilla.
Which is missing right now.
If you diss his family, that means that you diss my family. If you diss his ancestors, like you diss my ancestors. Did Cody win? Yes. Yeah, Cody won.
Unfortunately. Unfortunately, Cody won.
By the way, that's Vivi Joyce. Welcome to the show again.
Hey, what's up, Vivi? Yeah, dude, honestly, dude, I'm not excited, man. Let me ask you something. If you had the funds this year, would you decide to go to WrestleMania?
Only reason why is because Mika is asking me to go. If it was not for that, I would not go.
Well, let's just say you were single, you had a lot of cash in your pocket. You're like, you know what? I got cash to spend. I got time at Mania. I want to go to Vegas.
You don't understand it. When I went to Survivor Series, that was last minute, but there was a lot of hype. There was an aura. There was a different feeling. There was like, this could be one of those moments where I regret this for the rest of my life that I didn't go and I had the capability to go. I would not feel the same for this WrestleMania. WrestleMania 40, I would have felt the same way. Like, I had to go. I have to be there.
WrestleMania 41 for me, I felt that. But unfortunately, when we finally got to the final results, and the end of the night, it just fell short. Everything. Now, we had some couple of good matches there. We did, night one main event was pretty good. The whole Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman turning on everybody was pretty good.
Yeah.
But you just had some matches that felt lackluster, and the whole ending just didn't set well for me. So I think that kind of put a negative taste. And then running it back at Vegas again soured on to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because Vegas is expensive as hell. Like, for those that never traveled to Vegas, you don't really want to travel to Vegas. Because back in the day, it was affordable. Hell, you could take your family.
Yeah.
And still have a lot left over, man. Buffets were even like $10 a piece. Now they charge 4 times the price. 4 times the price for hotels, 4 times the price for water, 4 times the price for alcohol if you're drinking alcohol, 4 times the price for every single thing you do. They're trying to price out the middle class and only cater to the rich. And if you don't believe me, go to Vegas yourself and find out, because I was there last year and it sucked. Like, it was fun. But when it came down to the end of the week and I saw my wallet, saw my bank account and everything, I'm like, shit, that's a lot of money you spend. And then, who wants to spend money on like $10 on a fucking hot dog and French fries and all that at the stadium? Beer was like $12. It's ridiculous. It really
is crazy, bro.
And not only that, but when you go to buy merchandise, because once you're out there, you want to buy merchandise, you're spending $45 on the t-shirt. Minimum $45. And if you want some special edition stuff, $60. Customized WrestleMania belts, $1,000. I know those trading cards for those out there who collect those WWE trading cards. I want those. I just can never find them. But they had some special edition ones where I guess you were getting rare cards overall, right?
Okay.
It was like a pack of 10, but they're all rare. They were guaranteed to be rare, no matter what. You know how much they wanted for those?
$100-something.
$800.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And I'm not kidding. They wanted $800. I was gonna get them before I realized the price. And you know what? I'm just gonna go grab myself a Cena shirt, a hat, some Jey Uso sunglasses, and call it a day. Because I needed money to get back to Ubers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the Ubers itself, they raised it up. It's crazy that weekend. It's
because Uber sees where you're busy. I used to be a Lyft driver. and Lyft both companies.
Yeah.
Whenever it's like the busy time, they will spike, and they even give you a warning just to let you know.
Get your ass over there.
During these times, we will charge you more.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't hold back on the warning. It's like, oh, thanks.
So yeah, and that's the thing. It soured a lot of people from last year, and some people don't want to run it back to Vegas overall. Man, you got. You know, I'm not much of a sports fan of soccer, but I know you have the World Cup coming up this year, and that is overall a bigger event. So you have, people that only have once a year vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the end, they're gonna choose something like that or something else, something new. Because the whole WrestleMania season was the fact that you wanted to attend live because every year was at a different spot.
Yep.
And if it was in New Orleans, this would have sold better.
Yeah.
It would have sold better overall. They would have been at their 45,000 already, like
even with the
year.
same fucking prices.
Yeah.
Even with the same fucking prices they have right now, they still would have sold probably even more.
Because, well, here's the thing: New Orleans is more affordable.
Yep.
It's fun. What I heard, I've never been there, but it's fun. But overall, it's affordable and it's a new area. It's been shown that whenever you run a PLE, a big one, right back to the old city, just like AEW did with All In, when they ran it back twice on the same venue. The first time they hit, like 65,000.
I thought it was 80,000.
Well, that was fluctuated. I'm going off the real stuff. 65, 68, which was still really good numbers for a second tier show. Basically a second, tier company. Really good numbers. When they ran it back, they got about 40. There's a reason why.
And those were with inflated numbers.
Yeah, they just don't want to run it back. Some fans want to go somewhere else, But I don't know. It is what it is. What else we got?
Guys, how do we bring Dean Ambrose back? And if he interferes with what if Seth interferes? I mean, the hatred everywhere. Dean ain't coming back.
Look, man, it ain't even Dean anymore. It's Jon Moxley.
Ain't coming back.
If he had returned to WWE, it will be under Jon Moxley, because that whole Dean Ambrose was a Vince idea, and he hated that. He said that multiple times in the podcast. Jon Moxley is guaranteed never to come back from WWE. He has too much creative control in AEW. He has a big paycheck. His wife works there.
They spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, and I just don't think at this point he ever wants to go back to WWE. He hated there.
Yeah.
He said it multiple times that he did not have fun during the end, and I think that just left a sour taste in his mouth.
I mean, look at the promo when he first did his first show with AEW. He says, you can write as many zeros as you want, put as many comments on the check. It didn't matter. You're not going to buy my freedom.
The only way I see this happening, if we get the real Forbidden Door happening in the future.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, though.
That's not going to happen, but that's the only way it's going to happen. If we get an actual Forbidden Door, which is AEW versus WWE, which is Jon Moxley versus Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, if you guys want to decide who goes over, go ahead. In my eyes, I think the best candidate to go over would be Jon Moxley.
I see it.
Yeah, because I mean, the end of the day, someone has to be a heel, and I really do think that Seth Rollins is better as a heel than Moxley is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at that point, it makes more sense, because then at that point, you could have Seth tell Jon Moxley, keep calling him Dean. Yeah. Because that's all he knows about it. Like, your name is Dean. It's not Jon Moxley, And that could be pissing off, Jon Moxley in general. And it'll be a good story. They could get Renee and Becky Lynch involved. Yeah. Even though Renee's not much of a wrestler. But it could get them both involved. So it'll be some crazy shit.
My wife could be a better reporter than your wife.
Sports Illustrated says otherwise. What else?
I got to start watching AEW more.
Honestly, it's not a bad show. Like, if you're into just the wrestling, like wrestling in general, it's really good. Storylines, hit or miss. I'm not gonna lie to you. Storylines still need a lot of work, but when they do hit on storylines. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. They got a lot of great wrestlers right now. I will watch Dynamite. I wouldn't really watch Collusion, just because it's okay, but it's not really too much to get invested on. And I'm sure you're already watching Raw and SmackDown. on top of Dynamite being another 2 hour show, how much time do you have left during the week? You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to get fatigued in wrestling. Nobody ever wants to do. In a perfect world, if I didn't have to work, I will watch Monday Night Raw, NXT on Tuesday, Wednesday Dynamite, Thursdays now belongs to Impact, Friday SmackDown, Saturday Collision, and then Sunday's Pride Open for a free day, basically. Run it back with some classics, you know, some old WWF, old WCW, you know, some old school NWA back in the day, you know. That should be your day of the classics, you know, bust them out, man. Honestly, in a perfect world, but unfortunately, we don't have all the time in the world. But yeah, man, I mean, I would say invest in it. It's a good product. It really is the second biggest promotion right now.
Well, guys, thank you for all the answers and theories. And I'm watching you right now in my workplace. I got a lot of work for an LOL, so I gotta go. Peace up. Peace up, brother.
I understand that. Thank you for joining, man. For all you other guys out there, for what's his name? Frank, we appreciate you subbing today. We appreciate you commenting as well. Wyatt, you already know, man. I'm waiting. I'm gonna be waiting for that response once you finally get the game, because I'm ready. Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. We're probably gonna live stream it. We're gonna talk a lot of smack and build it up since then. But the rest of you guys,
I was talking to Ryan.
For the rest of you guys out there, man, have a good night. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you Monday right back at it after Raw. Oh yeah, the cream of the crop.
Peace.